Happy Saturday. This is not my usual time to go live, but I've been MIA for the last few weeks, and I thought if I don't do something this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are, then I will miss yet another week. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Dooney at 615. I am here with a haul from my most recent visit to the Clinton, Connecticut Dooney and Bourke outlet store. Where have I been the last few weeks? I have, let's see, I have been in Memphis, New Orleans, Birmingham, Tupelo, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, on my way to Tampa during Helene, but that hurricane had other plans for me. I've been up to Syracuse, Rochester, Albany, DC, Buffalo, Canada, Stamford, Connecticut, and East Hartford, and I am still not done. I have had all of the things going on at work. We are transitioning to a new system. It has been a train wreck. I have been in the two hurricanes and helped my family with the first one. I have been literally physically harassed during my visit to Buffalo. I have experienced loose cats on a plane, trying to plan for vacation, trying to get ready for my birthday, trying to get the house ready for Thanksgiving, which is not going well because for the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I've lost track now. I have literally only been home 24 to 48 hours any given week. So it has been tough. And last week, I actually planned to come on and do a live. I got dressed, got everything ready, and I sat down to catch up on something on TV. And before I knew it, it was a wash. So today I have already been up. I have early voted. I have been to the grocery store. I have been to the pharmacy. I've had breakfast out. I've gotten the car washed. I've got laundry going, and we're gonna get some stuff done today because last weekend was a wash. All right, so if you have been following the channel, then you know I did. I think it was a short, a short and a shop with me outlet video. I purchased several things during that visit to the outlet, but because I was traveling for work and I was already at my weight limit, I decided to not test Delta's patience with me. So I decided to have my items shipped. Now, I've already opened the box because I wanted to do a quick inventory to make sure that everything that I paid for actually shipped and that it was all in great condition, so no issues there. But I have taken one item out of the box because it is a gift for a family member, and I know they watch my channel, so I didn't want to spoil that surprise. So I have my box here. I do have plans to participate in Pink for DJ King. I am hoping that I'm going to be able to get that filmed today and then maybe upload it for tomorrow. But life has just been crazy. And as a micro influencer, I don't make enough off of this channel to deprioritize what pays my bills. So the full-time gig always is going to get my attention and energy unless something changes here on YouTube. We do real life over here. So the first thing is they included a card, and it says, "Thank you so much for choosing our store. Happy unboxing." And it was from the two SAs that I worked with while I was at the store. So I do have that. I love all of my notes from the Dooney community. All right, so let's start with my I got lucky. So if you recall, not too long ago, Dooney released the cosmetic cases. And they released and then they went on sale and then they disappeared. And I haven't shared my haul yet of the ones that I actually ordered, but if you saw my short and the tour of the store, you would know that I was actually able to find the ones that I drug my feet on ordering when they were available online. I was actually able to get them in store. So I was able to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it just 5? I think it's just 5. So we're gonna start with the 5 because these were ones that I missed out on. So the first one is in the hydrangea. I have hemmed and hawed about the blue, and I just waited too late to decide that I did want it, even though I did want it. So I picked this one up. Now, I have a couple of these now and a couple of other things that I have considered pairing with my Pink for DJ King bag, but I love this. And I know it's giving spring and we are definitely in the fall because I've had to turn on my heat. But I do love this one with the background. This is the first one. So this is the blue background in the hydrangea. And then I've got to figure out where I'm going to sit these as I go through them. This one is the red tartan. And I got this because I have the red tartan in the Carrington. And I don't really have anything else accessory-wise to pair with it that's not a solid color to pull from. So I decided at least with this, I could have a little bit of a coordinated situation. And then if I still needed something, I could always pull one of the solid colors if I needed an additional piece in a bag. So that's that one. And tartan, my tribe sister, she has, I think it's a crossbody. And a couple of them actually have this. And I think it's gorgeous. And I don't know what took me so long to pick this up. But in store, I actually paired this with navy. It was absolutely gorgeous. It looked so rich and expensive. And then hunter green and forest are also both at the outlet in pebbled green and a couple of Florentine pieces. And this navy looked beautiful with those as well. So I thought this would give me a cosmetic case that if I get into my blues and greens, which I do have lined up to carry, this would be something that once I moved in, I don't have to worry about swapping back out. So from a, not necessarily holiday, because y'all know red is my favorite color. This one would be more fall winter for me. I can't see using this one any other time of year. This one also, from a texture standpoint, this is not coated. So I guess this one's not either. They're not coated, but this one seems, you see, to be picking up so many more things. So this one would just be fall, winter. This one would be whenever. This one is probably going to be right now. I'm just going to call it what it is. And then I did the same thing for the black tartan because I have the Carrington and I don't have anything to pair with it. So these are both to add to existing pieces so that I have, again, some coordinated pieces to go together. It took me much, much longer to get on board with the black than it did the red. The red was the first one, but then once I took the dive, I felt like I needed both pieces in my collection. Now, I still don't have a bag in either or any of these three. I don't have a coordinating bag, but I don't know that I need one. That's never stopped me before, so don't hold me to it. I'm just saying today I don't have a bag that is from the Tartan collection. All right, and then I did share that I purchased the black, what are we calling it? The Art Deco. And I missed out on the white, even though I purchased the wallet at the same time that I purchased, or the black, the same time that I purchased the white. So I now have complete sets. So I do have the black background one. Again, I haven't shown that one yet because it's in the stash of stuff that has been arriving while I have been away from home. But this one could also work very, very nicely with my pink for DJ King. So when I film that video, we'll figure out where we're going to land. I've got a couple of other options hanging around as well. So those were the cosmetic case grabs that I added. Feel better about dragging my feet. The price actually in outlet was slightly better than it was online at its lowest price. So if they appear back online at the same price that they were before, I would say go ahead and pick them up. They were a little bit cheaper at the outlet, but as you could see from the video that I posted, I don't know, it's probably been 2 weeks ago now, the inventory was limited. So if you find them, you like them, go ahead and grab them. Okay, so the next, now I got all this paper over here. Ugh. Okay, so now, as I was checking out, I noticed that there were some new charms that had made their way to the outlet. Now, these are not anything that you haven't seen online already, but they hadn't been in the outlet, and I wanted 2 of them, and I preferred the price that they were at the outlet. So here, get these unpacked. All right, so here we go. Dooney and Bourke. There you can see the little care card. These are made in Tuscany. Silica packet, and then a little pouch. And the plain gold bag charm. So I will say this. I love the idea of the initial bag charms. So much, in fact, that I purchased 2 of them. So I have another one. I don't think that the initial charms are they're actually pretty lightweight. I was expecting them to be pretty heavy, but they're pretty lightweight. I actually feel like the Dooney Duck, the solid duck bag charm. Do I see? I don't see mine. I feel like the duck charm is actually heavier. Like this, it doesn't feel like it's exactly hollow, but it's not solid like the ducky is. So the price at the outlet is doable. I would have been a little dissatisfied with my purchase if I purchased when I originally planned, which was when the initials first came out, and the price that they were and probably still are on the site. So call the outlet if you're looking for one or two or five. If you're looking to just add some to your collection, if you're looking for your initials or bag charm, or heck, if you're looking to do something with your holiday tree, whatever you decide, I think that it's better to order them from the outlet because they are regular charm prices at the outlet. So I've gotten both of the ones that I wanted. So that is there. I'll appreciate the fact that they come in a little pouch because some of the ones that were on the counter at the outlet did have some scratches in them. So they went and pulled these from the back, and as you could see from the reveal, that these were already sealed, but they will scratch easily. So take that with a grain of salt. Decide if they're going to be worth the purchase for you or not. But they did come very nicely packaged. The price at the outlet is definitely better than what they are online. But you do need to make sure that you order enough to not have to pay for shipping. All right, so that is both of the charms. And then the last few things. So the first is they were having the sample bag sale. And I shared in my video some of the sample bags. And I tried to spend a little bit of time hovering over the price chart so that you could see what the cost of the sample bags were. Now, they were not shipping sample bags to my knowledge. But if you had something specific and called, they may have done something differently. I don't know that for sure because I've never tried to purchase a sample bag via phone. I've always done mine either at the tent sale, which is no more, or I have actually been able to go in store. So let's talk about the sample sale. So the first bag that I picked up, I got because I'm considering it as one of my upcoming vacation carries because my passport will fit, but then I'm also going to need to carry another bag because this one won't hold my water bottle. Let's take a look at it. All right. So, some of you may notice this pattern because years ago, a similar collection was released for Valentine's Day. Dooney has done this. This will now, I think, be the third time that they've done the hearts in the background. They all have the DBs, but sometimes they have a little bit of a different background color. This one, of course, has red patent in the trim. So I love this because even if I don't use it to travel with, it will make for a great catch-all. It can serve like the East West Janine that I have. It will serve as a great toiletry bag for a weekend with my small TSA travel items. And I love the fact that it has the outside pocket. So my passport will fit, and as you can see here, this is how they do the pricing of sample bags. You look for the color tab on the bag, and then if you go back to watch that video, you can see that they have the color strips and then the flat out prices out to the side. I think this one was either $50 or $75. I got it because, again, I could see using it in a few different ways. Toiletry bag, a grab and go, my crossbody for vacation. I could see using it as a small clutch. I could see even using it, not that I really want to, but I could very easily throw like my power cables, my mouse, stuff like that that I need for the office, and then just throw it in my backpack. But it does have a flat bottom. The edges are a little rounded here, but it does have a flat bottom. It has the red hearts, and these hearts are going to go great with the other pieces that I've picked up from earlier collections, but it will also go with the red heart pieces that I have from Kate Spade. So I could just see all kinds of things. Like already got a red heart card case. I've already got a wallet. I have a mirror with the red hearts on it. So I've got a few things that I think I can turn this into a whole thing. And then the end of the year is coming pretty quickly. Valentine's Day will be upon us before we know it. I have another piece to add with, with the pieces that I have. Logo on the front, and this little bag is heavy. So it has the tassel. It does come with a crossbody strap, but it has the chains. These chains are not as heavy as they're not as heavy. I'm gonna say it. They're not as heavy as the chain straps that you can get from Coach. But this is also a smaller bag. This is a lighter quality chain though than so Dooney back in, I would say, the early 90s. I've said this before on my channel. They went through a little bit of an identity crisis with all of the chains that Michael Kors was putting on bags and straps. And Dooney did a small collection where their straps actually did contain chain. Those chains to me were heavy. I have a bag from that collection, and as I look back at it, I do feel like it was a little bit of an identity crisis. Dooney was not true to itself, to the brand. At that point, I think they were just trying to get a feel for what was going to work, what wasn't. People were, heavy into Michael Kors. I think they were just trying to find something to compete, and that wasn't it. That was not it. However, the quality of the chain at that time is significantly heavier than what we have here. But it makes for a cute little crossbody or a shoulder bag because it has the adjustments. I will likely keep the strap in the bag so that if I need or want to convert it, I can. But I'm thinking it's just going to stand on its own. Zipper top closure, outside pocket, patent leather, great price from the sample sale, and it is a finished sample because not every sample is finished, hence the name sample. But it does have an old school small sail pocket, which is great for like lip gloss. It expands a little bit on the side, but I don't think a card case will go there. And then it does have one small zipper pocket. That is it on the interior for organization, but again, you get the front zipper pocket. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh yeah. You're coming home with me. There's a place for you. I have some of your family members already. We're going to just have a little bit of a reunion and put everything together. So this one came. I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. Okay, so there were a couple of other bags. So I actually have two that I'm going to share with you. One I've already pulled out of the box because it's a gift and I didn't want to ruin it. But These are the two graphic design small totes. And let me just pause right here and say, I had pledged that I was never going to buy another small tote because they don't work for me. That I was not going to buy another small Charleston, that I would never buy a small Leisure, that it just does not work for me. Well, that's not true because I just purchased two. They are the size of the small Charleston. I feel like the small Leisure is actually a bit smaller. And for 3 weeks, I actually have traveled. I've moved out of it now, but for 3 weeks, I traveled with my large Henry's crossbody bag. It was a little bit of a test for me, but also I was chomping at the bit to travel with that bag to see if it was going to work for me for my upcoming vacation. I know that it's not going to work for that because the top of it is not secure. It only has the leather strap to go across the top. It doesn't zip. So that one is not going to work for me for vacation. But what it did do is it caused me to downsize my usual travel carry to see if there was anything that I was missing at the end of week one. And I managed to travel for 3 weeks. Now I did have some issues. I didn't have a place to put my water bottle when I travel. So like like when I'm in the airport, if I buy a water bottle, I still had my backpack, so I had my thermos. So I was able to still use that, but I like being able to keep a water bottle in my purse. It didn't work for that. I had to ditch my larger Cosmetic and actually went to one of the Ruby and Cash pouches because it was a lot flatter. So I had to make some concessions, but at the end of the day, it wasn't a deal breaker. I did stay in it for 3 weeks. And what that did has now reduced my carry. So I think I may be able to, thanks Phoebe, I think I'm going to be able to travel in a smaller tote, at least to finish out my travel for work for this year. I don't know how successful that's going to be because we have definitely entered into coat, hat, glove season in some of the places that I have been to. I thought that I was going to freeze to death in Canada and in Buffalo. So again, I don't know how that's going to work, but I did pick up two of the smaller totes. And we're going to start with the white background. And this is a Dooney exclusive. It is at the outlets. Based on the conversation that I had with the SAs, it is not anticipated to hit the website. And as sure as I say that and they review the video, it will appear online. So I'm just sharing with you what was shared with me when I was there 2 weeks ago. I have been checking online to see if it has popped up any place, and I have not seen it. But these are not considered sample bags. They were limited release. So you may be able to actually call the outlet stores and get this one shipped. It is a little bit more than what I normally pay for a tote, especially for a tote that would be this size or any bag this size. But knowing that they were going to be limited, I'm a collector. I like the unusual from Dooney. I decided that I was going to pick it up because I know that I'm not going to just run into this bag out in the wild on a regular basis because it is limited release. So here it is. It is the graphic. It does not have, it's just considered a zip tote exclusive. and I got number 4 of 25. So there we have that. In case you are calling the store, that is the information. All right. So feet under the bottom, trimmed in the British tan leather. Front outside pocket. It has more depth to it than what my crossbody had. So that's the reason I'm holding out hope that I'll be able to travel with it. The shoulder drop, it hits my elbow, but I don't have to thread it up. So we're going to say that it passed the elbow test. It also has a version of the straps that we seem to all love from the leisure shopper, because it runs through the bag, minimal hardware. These straps can move. They may be a little bit hard to get back in place based on the way that they're attached, but I love the way that they attach to the bag. It's not just the leisure straps. Nothing on the back except the multicolor background. All of these different colors. This is something completely different from Dooney, but it does give a little bit of a nod back to some of Dooney's 90s print, right? So the Art Deco pieces are similar to a collection that I'm drawing a blank on the name of, but from Dooney's heyday in the 90s. Not that came out wrong, but when it was, I'm going to move on. So I feel like this is all kind of tying back to 90s fashion vibes, and I'm loving it. I can't say that I don't think that this bag would have made the trip home with me if the background was any other color other than black and white. I don't think that if it was red, if it was on a brown background, I don't think that I would have gravitated. It would have been far, far, far more busy. But I do like the fact that if you know, you can see the Dooney, but it's almost lined up so that it just looks like a splatter print as well. I know based on some of the comments when I did the community post that some folks were, it was polarizing, right? Some people loved it. Other people were like, no. If you're like Suz, she's withholding judgment, likely until she purchases, because she's the queen of the graphic bags. But I love the fact that it has the colors. They aren't like the neon, bold, in your face. We've got some colors that will actually work year round. And then from an organization in the interior, you have your SDS on the interior. I love this. And as soon as I saw it, there were a couple of other small tote patterns that were there. You could see that again in the other video. But this was different for me. And it wasn't just a print that we've seen in the past and now in a smaller bag. So I did decide to pick this one up. I love this. I love this. I absolutely love this. All right, so now let's take a look at the black one. And the black one is 8 of 25. So if you haven't already called to get it, because if you want it, it is limited. Now, I think that the color on the black background pops a little bit more. It's more neon. And I'm not a neon girl, but I like the design. I like the black background. And as you can see from Art Deco, I want both. And the blue background, I also have the hydrangea with the black background, which is actually my favorite. Oh, it'll slide out now. All right, got tape all over my finger. All right, so let me show you the labeling and code for this one. This one is in black. It is also a zip tote exclusive. And 8 of 25 there. All right. So here we go. Doesn't this look so much brighter? It's like punchy. It has more of a glow, more of a neon. I don't know. Some may say the color is a bit more saturated. I think I like the subtleness of the white background a little bit more just because I'm not a bright, colorful. That's just less of me other than red. But I think I am going to use it this fall and winter because the background is black and I'm likely not going to reach for the black background once the weather gets warm again. So it will be both. But I'm going to do them side by side so that you can see the difference in the color saturation because they have the exact same colors on them. But one of them is, let me restuff this one. But this, the black is definitely appearing more saturated because of the black background. So let me just get this restuffed so that it has its structure. And I'm going to do the back. No, the back. So you see the difference? It is the exact same trim, exact same graphic, but this one just looks way more, this looks more graffiti to me. Like 90s neon graffiti. This one looks to be a bit more neutral, tamed. And I will probably carry this one first. So I have all of the color accessories, like will go with this one, and it's gonna photograph exceptionally well, right? Because it's got all of the things. Whether you put a red with it, if you decide to go neutral with the chestnut, if you decide to go with a metallic, oh, look at that metallic with the orange in the background. I love that. Do I have any other colors close? I don't know. This one is just like, could this be a different variation? Could this be added to like the DB75 lineup with the black background with all of the colors, but instead of it being D's and B's all over it, it actually has Dooney and Bourke all over it, and we all fall in love with it and compare it with so many different things. I see this pattern in the same vein that I see the DB75 with the black background, the DB75 multi. I love the fact that it has that versatility to it. But it's also the bag, and I'm gonna have to work my way into this one. From with the same accessories that I just shared with you, look at how this one compares. Let's do it from the back. All right, so it doesn't pop as much, but I mean, they go, it goes, but it just doesn't end up being as, it's not as in your face to me as the black. So that is the haul. I got my initials. I got two small totes that I said I would never buy. So we're going to see how those work out. And then all of the other cosmetic cases that I missed out on, I now have them, and a new sample bag. Red patent, outside pocket, chain, catch-all, clutch, crossbody, shoulder bag. I feel like it was a really good visit. There were lots of things there in the store. So if you've not watched that video, it's the tour is out there. Couple of shorts. Check those out. Make sure that you're following over on LTK, because even if I'm absent here, I'm definitely showing you over there what I'm buying, what's shipping, what's in my cart, what I'm wearing, that stuff. I'm doing all of that still over there. So if you're looking for me and I'm not here, check out over there to see what I'm buying. And then, okay, let's talk about the fall savings sale. So there is a Florentine extra large Suzette. It is my favorite kind of Florentine on ILD because it starts with a 1. And I think the price after the discount code is $155. The dimensions, I hope that the dimensions are right. I really hope that they are right, because when I checked at the airport, I haven't checked last night, I haven't checked this morning, but when I was at the airport yesterday, I checked and it did not have any photos. It has a generous shoulder drop, and it has all of the classic dimensions of a good travel bag for me. So I think that I'm going to pull the trigger on that one in red during the fall savings sale. And if for some reason it ends up being like, an odd duckling, I'll figure out what to do with it, which could include it becoming a travel bag. It could be gifted, or dare I say, returned, because I don't know what it is. It doesn't say that it has a center zip. There are a few different colors that are available. I will, after this video uploads, I'll leave a link down below so that you can easily find it. But there are no videos of it, of course, on YouTube, no Google images. So it is a true blind buy. I've had a couple of Dooney blind buys that were major wins for me, but I'm not sure about this one, because I see extra large Suzette, but what I really want it to be is extra large Susanna, which they have not done for many, many years now. And I know that if I order it expecting that that's what's going to arrive, if it's not similar or better, then I could be disappointed. But Florentine, the dimensions and $155 price point, I think I'm going to take a chance, because if nothing more, it may end up being a great limited edition sample bag to add to my collection. So that's it. Be sure to hit the thumbs up before you head out. if the evening doesn't get weird for me, meaning I finally hit the couch and just kind of pass out because 6 days a week have taken its toll on me, I may come back and do my Pink for DJ King later. But if not, look for that video tomorrow or sometime next week, because I actually purchased a pink bag. I purchased a pink bag a few months ago with Pink for DJ King in mind. So I am absolutely going to move into that bag and finish out the month of October with some combination of accessories that I've purchased. And then I will be moving into graphic tote season, and then figuring out which bag is going to be joining me on my birthday trip. So, thank you so very much for coming at these odd times. I promise you, once work settles down and my travel schedule settles down, I will get back on a regular routine. But I appreciate you showing up, supporting, using the affiliate links, following me on LTK, showing me love on Instagram, all of the places. I appreciate you showing up. I do not take it for granted, even though I have been MIA. It has not been for anything other than life and work, and your girl is just tired. So that's it for today, or at least this part of the day. Again, share this video, let somebody know DA came back, and why I have been MIA. Happy shopping. Thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, I do hope you find something that feeds your addiction. Take care.